What's going on, folks? Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling great. Let's get it in. They're using food as a weapon. Food is a frequency. Now, this isn't a video about me telling you what to eat or what not to eat. And honestly, I really don't give a damn what you put in your body. Because at the end of the day, you should be, grown enough to know what's good for you and what's not good for you. You know what I mean? So let's get it in, right? Food, man. Food is a frequency, y'all. You see, the majority of us eat for pleasure. We don't eat for health reasons. We eat for pleasure. What I mean by that? Let me give you an example. Again, this isn't me judging people. This isn't me telling you not to eat this, not to eat that. None of that shit. I'm just trying to show you something, right? So let me tell you why. Let me show you why most of us eat for pleasure, right? Let me give you an example. An ice cream. Let's say for ice cream. We know damn well there's no fucking health benefits. There's no health benefits of eating ice cream. You know why we eat ice cream? Because it tastes good. Because it feels good. You know what I mean? It tastes good. It feels good. It makes you happy. We do it for pleasure. We're not doing it for energy. We're not doing it for health. You know what I mean? We do it because it feels good. You know what I mean? Have you ever watched one of those shows or ever see a woman who go through a breakup? She start to eat ice cream or sweets to make themselves feel better. That's because the ice cream and the sweets make you feel good. It brings pleasure to the body. Food and sex go hand in hand. You know what I mean? This isn't a video about sex, but you see, we have sex for pleasure. Most of us have sex for pleasure, not the idea of bringing a child in. Some people, obviously there's some people out there have sex to bring a child in, but most people have sex for pleasure. That's why there's a whole bunch of baby daddies, baby mamas going around. That's a lot of kids born out of wedlock and shit like that, because they was having sex for pleasure. You know what I mean? They're not conscious about it. They're not conscious about, hey, wait a minute. I know that, damn, I'm gonna stick to the subject with food, because I was about to go into a whole bunch of shit about sex. That's a whole other topic, but my bad. But I'm gonna stick with the food, though. But yeah, man, with food, again, we eat for pleasure. We don't eat for health. We eat for pleasure. You know what I mean? And food, right? The food that we got here today, it lowers our vibration. It lowers our energy. If you believe in energy, frequencies, and stuff like that. Let me ask you a question. What happens when you eat a lot? Huh? What happens when you get full? You get what? Tired. You get sleepy. But isn't that supposed to be the opposite? Isn't the food supposed to make you energized? Isn't it supposed to make you, get energy? But why are you sleepy? Why are you tired? Because the food is designed to lower your vibration. It's designed to lower your frequency. Why do you think there's more unhealthy foods than there are healthy food? Why is it easier? Why do we have access to unhealthy food than we have healthy foods, huh? Why, when we go to the grocery store, the healthy foods, like the fruits and vegetables, it's not that big. They only have a small It's only have a small aisle. They only have a small spot. But all the other junk food, man, it's everywhere, dog. Like, that's by design, because they want to. You're not understanding how food is being used as a weapon. That's the problem. You're not understanding that. You think it's just food. You think it's just harmless. But the doctors, the scientists, they understand the concept of food. You don't understand. You just think it's food. You just eat it. But you don't understand the metaphysics behind it, the spirituality behind it. You don't understand nothing behind it. You just think it's food. Oh, it's nothing. You don't understand how it's messing with your DNA. You don't understand how food messes with your mind. You don't understand how food messes with your mind, bro. If you put shit in your body, you're gonna think like shit. I want you to try it. Like, if you normally eat like junk food and shit like that, try eating healthy for a week. I bet you your thinking is gonna be different. Your mood is gonna be different. Your vibration is gonna be different. Your frequency is gonna be different, because food is a frequency. Foods are energy. That's what they're not telling y'all. You know what I mean? When you go out in nature, right? When you go out in nature, you pick fruits from the ground, like oranges or apple. That is a live, breathing information. When you pick fruits from the ground, when you pick vegetables from the ground, that is a live frequency. That's high vibrational foods. They say you are what you eat, right? They say you are what you eat. So, yeah, man. Again, this isn't me telling you what to eat or what not to eat. This isn't me telling you, oh, you need to eat healthy. You need to eat healthy. You need to be a vegan. You need to be this. No. I don't care what you do with your body. You know what I mean? I'm a firm believer of do with thy will, as long as you're not hurting anybody. You know what I mean? Again, you're grown enough to know what you put in your body. You're grown enough to read the labels that's in the chips, the ice cream or whatever. You know what I mean? So if you feel like you wanna eat Burger King, McDonald's, go for it. You know what I mean? Go for it, dog. Like, if that's what you so want. But, you know, to understand that, I just need you to understand food is way more than what they're telling us. That's all. It's way more than what they're telling us, man. You know what I mean? And let's be real. Most of us eat for pleasure. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit there and act like, you know, I don't crave pizza. I don't crave burger. I don't crave a burger every now and then. You know, I don't, you know, crave ice cream or sweets or none of that shit. I'm not gonna fake the funk because I'm on some fucking YouTube. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. But I understand, and I'm conscious of what these things are. You know what I mean? I'm conscious of what the candies could do to your body. You know what I mean? Too much of anything is bad for you. Too much candy is bad for you. Too much of anything is bad for you at the end of the day. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, food is being used as a weapon. It's being used as a weapon of war against humanity, man. And I wish more people would understand that. You know what I mean? And people want to know why you had diabetes, cancer. You know, a lot of problems. You know what I mean? People, certain foods out here make you age faster. And they tell you to eat 3 times a day. That is a lie. That is another lie created by a corporation to make you go spend money and go eat out. Your body don't need 3 meals a day. It doesn't need that. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It don't need that. Your body don't even have time to breathe because all the fucking junk that is in all the fucking junk that's inside of the body. Not only that, They pumping the food. They pumping the food with drugs. They pumping the food with drugs, and the food is keeping y'all asleep. I don't know if you ever seen Clone Tyrone. How the chicken was making them stay asleep. They couldn't even wake up and realize that they're eating junk. That's in real life. Not only religion is being used to keep humanity asleep, food play a huge role. Once again, food play a huge role. Again, why is it so easy for me to find access to unhealthy food than healthy food? How come in every corner there's fast food restaurant? How come I can't just go to a store and buy natural food? Why do they have to spray pesticides? Why do they have to genetically modify the fruits and vegetables? Why do they have to do that? Why are they tampering with our food? For what? I don't understand that. Nature provides us with all the things that we need. But nah, corporations want to take that shit and genetically modify food. Make seedless grapes, seedless watermelon. For what? But you sure can walk into McDonald's. You sure can walk into Wendy's. You sure can walk into Taco Bell. Just like that. But anyways, folks, y'all be good. Y'all stay aware. The boys out.